What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Starfield. We'll continue where we left off in the last one. So, what we're actually going to go do today is we're actually going to head on out. We're heading over to Europa now. Let's all aboard the chair and let's get out of here. We've got a cough because, well, we hit a snag. Actually, I don't know if we can actually see if we can grab anything for it, so... let's see if we've got anything to stop a cough. We might have something on board our ship which might be able to help. Let's have a look through, shall we? I expect us to have some sort of aid. This might be another thing. What we have to do is we might have to actually start pulling together some better aid. No, that's not what we're looking for. No. Aha! Here we are. This'll work. Right, so let's go to our inventory now. And then what we'll do is we'll go to aids. And we'll take this. So this here will... No, it's not that one. It is indeed this one. This will treat things like coughing and stuff like that as well. So let's take it. Lung damage cured. There you go. And our health's back to normal, so we'll stop coughing there now. Alright then, let's take off. I knew we'd have something on board our ship.
And we're off.
Can't wait to get this ship upgraded. Also do some colour into it as well and make it look hopefully cool. Maybe just go with like more greys and stuff.
Achieved. We could stay here forever. Well, for a while anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, let's travel to Jupiter. I don't think we've ever been to Jupiter though. Or Europa even. Welcome to Jupiter right there, and I think Europa is somewhere local. There's Jupiter. True that we just traveled through Europa, but I think we've now got to travel there. I think we traveled to Jupiter and we were supposed to go to Europa, but it is what it is.
Look who finally had the guts to show up. Looks like Adler finally did something right for once.
Alright, well, first things first, let's just scan Europa while we're here. Looks like we've got chlorine on board, so water and chlorine, sorry. Seems to be the two there, so if we ever need those, we know where to come to Europa. Let's accept the hill.
So, big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew.
That's what I'm here for. Damn right I am. Adler said that I don't know. He cared. Didn't I already prove myself? That's what I'm here for. What I'm here for.
We'll see. When the waters get deep, it's sink or swim. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake. I want him dead.
Consider it done. Let me think about it. What options do I have to complete this job. Why not hunt down? Let's ask the questions first.
Kill Rake? That's your only option? If you want my advice, there's only one way to guarantee he dies. Turn the Ragana into space junk. Only way to be sure.
Why don't you hunt him down yourself?
There's a lesson in this. I need you to learn what'll happen if you decide to turn your back on the fleet. Consider it your glimpse into a possible, unfortunate future. So you'd better pay close attention.
Alright.
This job isn't about the loot. But I suppose every dog needs its scraps. Keep whatever worthless junk is on that ship. Just remember, the only thing that matters is that Rake dies.
Consider it done.
It's done when Rake stops breathing. Head back here when you're finished. And don't keep me waiting for long.
This Neva Mora, her words are measured and carry weight. She is not to be trifled with.
Alright, let's go, shall we? Hopefully I can just do something like disable the ship and then take over the inside maybe, and maybe do some stun damage maybe.
This is
There he is.
Dmitry Moldavsky, pilot of the Ragana. We are a simple transport ship heading to New Homestead. We do not want any trouble.
You have a crewman on board I'm looking for.
All right. And what are your intentions with this crewman?
I can go with this option. Let's go with this.
Oh God, I do not know.
It would be wise for you to take this offer. It shows more mercy than you know.
Well, normally I would say no, but frankly it will be safer for us that way. All right, you can dock. We will talk then.
Alright, let's dock.
I have something I need to discuss with you.
Alright, we'll talk in a second.
Time to cycle the airlock and move.
Hopefully we can spare his life, and then we don't have to damage the ship or anything, so...
Let's get out there and do something new today, shall we?
Right, you wanted to
You've
speak
got
to
something
us.
for me? I wanted to talk to you, but honestly, I don't know where to begin. The Starborn's technology is simply astonishing. It's just almost too much to process.
So yeah, if you guys have missed any episodes, go back a couple of episodes. About 3 actually. You'll learn more about this. So yeah. So you've never encountered anything like this before?
Of course not. No one has. If an encounter with this level of importance had occurred in the past, I assure you that Constellation would be well acquainted with it.
You seem to be pretty shaken up about this whole thing.
Yes, I suppose I am. But you can hardly blame me, can you? You do understand the significance of this encounter, don't you? This is humankind's first contact with what I believe is an alien race. A race with technology that could be far superior to our own. Oh, we could learn so much from them.
I don't think it is. I think it's just some jacked up ship from, well, from another colony or something somewhere. Do you think they'll be willing to teach us?
The way they behaved, I'd say that's not very likely.
Yep, I would say
If
the
we are
same.
to learn anything from the Starborn, we're going to have to take the initiative ourselves.
Do you think they'll be willing to teach us anything? Sounds like you admire them.
Oh, I do. More than you'll ever know. Can't be a coincidence that these Starborn suddenly appeared after your experience at that temple. We know they're here to lay claim to the artifacts, but what's their true motivation? What aren't they telling us?
I worry that they're here to destroy us. The possibility that they have a hidden agenda is, yeah, I think I like that one. I hope we can come to some sort of understanding with them. I'm going to go with I hope we can come to some sort of understanding with them.
I feel exactly the same way. But it certainly sounded like they weren't willing to work with us at all.
Nope.
Damn. Oh, if only we knew more about the Starborn. What their species is like, where they're from, how they're able to speak our language. I feel like a cadet on my very first day aboard a spaceship. My mind is absolutely swimming with questions.
Yeah, mine too. They clearly some type of alien life form. I think they're angels. I think they're time travelers. They're clearly some type of alien life form.
Obviously. But there has to be more to these beings than simply originating from another world. Their name alone, Starborn. There's some type of hidden meaning there. Something that feels very old, perhaps even ancient.
Maybe.
Whatever the case may be, I can assure you that Constellation intends to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Good. Hopefully I can be along for the ride for that as well. We should make every effort to learn about these beings. We shouldn't... I'm going to go with this. We should make every effort to learn more about these beings.
Exactly. We must use all of the tools at our disposal to learn more about the Starborn and their connection to the artifacts.
We'll be here to help every step of the way.
Thank you. I really appreciate your support right now. You know, it's funny. When I was a little girl, I'd lay on the ground and stare up at the stars. I was absolutely convinced they held a secret. I'd remain there for hours in silence, eyes closed, listening, waiting for the secret to be whispered in my ear. This encounter with the Starborn is that moment to me. The stars are finally whispering, and I need to hear what they have to say.
We'll get there, I promise you. What are you expecting to learn?
Truthfully, I haven't the slightest idea. But just the thought that any of the secrets of the universe could be revealed from the Starborn is terribly exciting.
We'll get there, I promise you.
I knew I could count on your support. Well then, I've certainly wasted enough of your valuable time. Just do be careful if you cross paths with these Starborn in the future. I wouldn't want to lose one of the most valuable members of Constellation.
Need something?
Alright, let's head on out.
When you have a moment, I'd like to speak to you.
You've just bloody spoken to us. Right, let's board the ship. Let's go see what we can... See if we can talk this guy out of getting killed. Wait. Take this, Doc. Hello.
I
am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece.
I don't know who's listening over comms. This is safer. I just wanted to make sure. I don't know who's listening over comms. This is safer.
That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about?
Why would you risk your lives to protect?
I will not murder a man in cold blood. You will have to kill us all first.
The fleet wants right there, but I want to resolve this without violence. Yeah.
You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from Manifest, make it so he was never on board. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port.
As long as he agrees to turn himself into, if the fleet finds out this deal where both exposed, yeah.
That is fair. We do not want any part of the fleet. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear you do. Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake was never on ours. And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
Thank you. Good luck. You were the guy in the end,
This
didn't he?
unpleasantness aside, the people of New Homestead will be grateful for these supplies.
Right, good luck. We'll close the door for you. Alright, let's reboard.
It is
Let's
good to
undock.
be back in our own ship.
Yeah, so if we can, like, do stuff like that as much as we can,
Something you need?
means we're good. The only thing is, though, are we going to do it enough to where they're going to be suspicious on things? Hopefully none of those are a part of the Crimson Fleet. Hopefully.
Indicators are green. We're free.
Good luck. Alright, let's head back to Europa.
Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, Rook, wanna help me with some target practice?
Sure.
Enemy's jump drive is offline.
We're jumping out of here.
Shields it down!
Don't mind. Alright, we're gonna just blow them up.
They've overloaded our jump system.
Gonna have to take those.
The
we're getting attacked by now? Oh. There's more of them. Down. Getting absolutely hammered by these guys.
Crab jump is back online.
There we go, we're healing up. We're not doing too bad. We'll collect these here. Alright. Tail.
Thanks for the help with the Ecliptic. I had it under control, but it definitely went faster after you jumped into the fight. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news, then we can go celebrate.
Let's just ask these questions first, and then we're going to go with this one. I'm going to lie.
Mercenaries? Guns for hire that shoot their own parents if they were paid enough. I'll tell you, we do a hell of a lot of dirty work in the Crimson Fleet. But we'd never sell away our souls like an ecliptic merc does.
Where were you attacked?
You know what? I have no idea, and it's frustrating the hell out of me. I suppose I could have pissed off someone I screwed over in the past, but there's been so many, I've lost count.
Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to lie. He's dead, but they survived.
Huh. No kidding. That'll make Delgado happy, seeing as our hands are clean. I would have preferred if you hadn't left witnesses behind, but at least you got the job done. Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, you're in. Yep, it's that simple. Hope this business with Rakes taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm gonna send someone after you. We clear?
It's about damn time. About damn time.
You better stow that crap before you make me change my mind. And now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Spacers call it the key, the fleet calls it home. Head out there as soon as you can. Don't keep me waiting long.
Joining the Crimson Fleet is hardly a cause for celebration. But you have your reasons. So for now, I will allow it.
Yeah, well, we're trying to, you know... We're trying to help. I'm not exactly sure where we're going. Looks like we're going back to... Phobos. Phobos, right? Phobos, I think is how you pronounce it. Phobos. I don't know. However you pronounce it that way. Yeah, probably, yeah. Right, let's, kill.
Vessel ID acknowledged. Port 1 cleared for docking. Welcome home to the Vigilance.
Let's go ahead and dock. Let's go hopefully get some money for some evidence I got as well.
Docking cycle complete.
I always do like to actually get out the seat and actually go walk to where we need to be and everything. For me, it's just, I don't know, it just
Fine,
feels
listening.
right.
Anything I can help you with, Captain?
Alright, forward.
You can practically hear the sound of credits being wasted.
Follow this guy again. Every time we come up, we're getting like a military escort, which is nice.
I miss the sun. I hope I'll be able to see him next time. Once I get time off, that's the first place I'm jumping.
Like an escort every time we get on board, which makes sense. It's a military ship. Anything to board military ships tends to be a lot like that.
Pardon.
Heard the Regana made it to port with 0 casualties. Nicely done.
Like Commander.
We got the message from the Regana about Austin Rick. We had him dropped off at a separate port, off the books. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for.
They tell me I'm glad he surrendered. I didn't want to kill anyone, innocent or otherwise. They've been fine killing. No. I risked my cover to do it, so you better appreciate it. At any point in trying to, yeah.
That's something we're looking into, but it doesn't seem like he knows much. He might be better served as bait. For now, we'll keep him in the brig. Perhaps you could pay him a visit there sometime? I'm sure he'd be pleased to see you.
I'm glad yeah, let's go with this one.
That's a smart line to follow. Part of this role you're playing means having to make hard choices. Just remember not to lose yourself in the part.
We did our best not to cross the line, but the more we do, the more we risk exposing the deception.
Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack Neva's ship. There was concern after what happened with the Regana that you might have trouble earning Neva's trust. Coming to her rescue ensured that would not be a problem.
That was a risky move. They could be don't have a problem attacking the Crimson Fleet.
They are mercenaries for hire. If they are paid enough money, Ecliptic would attack the Vigilance. It wasn't terribly difficult to convince them to attack an isolated Crimson Fleet ship. Just expensive.
There's a clever way to ensure. There's a clever way.
Ah, so I take it you have good news. Were you able to join the fleet?
It does seem like it passed the internal test. Yeah, let's go. It seems like I managed to pass their internal test.
Then it worked. You're in. Sounds like everything is going as expected.
For now.
Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on Saoirse was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on her good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet.
Everything's going according to plan. Those idiots don't suspect a thing. What do you know about her?
The woman has a record that could stretch across Sol and back. She started young as one of Neon's street rats, and worked her way up to second in command. She's a force to be reckoned with, so don't underestimate her.
Everything's going to plan.
Yes, you passed your first test and you're still alive. But before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing, or she intends to make an example of you later. Just remember, these are ruthless criminals, so don't let your guard down.
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed with caution, regardless of how well you think you've ingratiated yourself.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda?
She told me to meet me at. We've got the coordinates of Crimson Fleet base. Shouldn't I get off at the Vigilance before the cover's blown?
The Vigilance is equipped with one of the most advanced intelligence suites in the UC fleet. Nothing slips through. You can rest assured, if the Crimson Fleet had any access to our whereabouts or have infiltrated our security, we'd know. As long as you're here, your identity is safe. Where you'll meet Delgado, no doubt.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
What is there to know? He is pirate scum, like all of them.
Exactly. The Crimson Fleet is not a monolith. Any information you have on its members can only help. In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating independently. We will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now, especially while you're on the key. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to engage with the fleet in the future.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineers and relay the information to the crew. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding your mission. It certainly increased my estimates on success. Keep up the good work. We'll expect further reports. Dismissed.
Right, can I give you my,
We don't have a full map of the fleet's roster. The members change too quickly.
Yeah, I wonder why.
This is just the beginning, but it's an important first step.
Guess we're going to return the supplies. How crucial was the cargo being delivered to your homestead?
Extremely critical. It's unfortunate that Regana caught itself in the crossfire of Neva Mora's personal vendetta. Fortunately, your actions allowed the Regana to reach New Homestead with its cargo intact.
Good, good. Why?
They're a menace to civilized society. They attack supply ships, terrorize systems, and kill innocents, all under a banner of greed. But it's not just that. I strongly believe that the UC has a duty to destroy the Crimson Fleet. After all, it was our fault that the Crimson Fleet was unleashed upon the settled systems in the first place.
How is the UC responsible for the origin of the Crimson Fleet?
I'm not at liberty to explain the origin of the Crimson Fleet right now, but suffice to say, it's a massive embarrassment to the UC. All I can tell you is that the key and the planet that it's orbiting once belonged to the United Colonies, and they were lost to those pirates. The Crimson Fleet is a product of our negligence, and I aim to rectify that mistake.
Why doesn't the UC send a fleet to attack the key?
I've asked my superiors the same thing, but the Council is resistant to the notion that the Crimson Fleet is a serious threat. They perceive the pirates as simple opportunists and thieves, willing to betray each other the moment a better offer arrives. In actuality, I believe the fleet is a massive threat, one that's growing more and more organized as the years pass.
What is the primary directive of SysDef?
Our directive is simple. We are tasked with the eradication of space piracy in the settled systems. As the chief source of pirate activity, the Crimson Fleet is our primary target.
All right.
Best of luck. You are headed into a snake pit. Be sure to watch your step.
Roger that.
Things are progressing rather quickly. I'm sure the commander is pleased.
I have some evidence for you.
Excellent. Let me have it, and I'll upload it to our database. Interesting. Looks like you've been meeting up regularly with Neva Mora to transfer goods and cash from Sidonia. Which means the Crimson Fleet's just lost one of their drop points. That should set them back a bit. Any other fragments?
That's all I have for now.
Okay, fine. I know there's more out there, so keep on it.
Why hold prisoners aboard the Vigilance when you could send them directly to prison?
2 reasons. First, Commander Akande's playing this operation extremely close to the vest.
Yes, sir.
That means keeping prisoners under his own roof until this is resolved.
Makes
Second,
sense.
this is an undercover mission. For our safety and yours, we need to keep these prisoners out of the spotlight.
Giving me an Alpha Centauri because he started a fire on this ship.
You mentioned Vigilance is upgrading shielding.
That's right. It's something we've requested a while ago in preparation for a future conflict with the fleet. Once we finalize everything and run a few tests, we'll have the defenses needed for a jump to the Crick system when the time comes.
Do you have any detailed information about Crimson Fleet?
Sure. We have a database of profiles you can read, which should help you ingratiate yourself with the group. However, the profiles are a guide, not gospel. Use what you can, fill in the blanks, and play off that. I imagine when you're done, you'll be able to generate far more accurate profiles than what we have in our system.
Why is it called the Crit system?
The system was originally called Alpha Ophiuchi, until a flag was planted there by Jasper Crix, the founder of the Crimson Fleet. Since it was crucial that space travelers avoided that system, navigators marked it as Crix on star maps as a warning. They could have just as easily labeled it Crimson Fleet, so I'm guessing the pirates themselves were responsible for spreading their leader's name. Over the years, people forgot the system's original designation and started calling it the Crick system. It's been that way ever since.
Yep. Things like that happen in real life as well. Alright, that's all we need to know.
Good luck on the key.
We've been trying for
now level
years to get
22.
someone on the inside, and now we have it.
First mission in the books and no
Right, I think what we'll do is we'll quickly have a look at this information they've given us, which should be on you in here. So yeah, we've got these here which we can read. So I'm not sure if they're going to tell us about them, but we'll listen to them if we can. Nope. So it looks like this is a readable one. So name is age 45, personal. If you guys want to go ahead and read this, go ahead and pause and do so. I'll probably actually read most of these in between this episode and next. So I'll pop them up on screen now, have a quick read myself, and then before we read them properly sooner rather than later. So there's another guy, age 44. So they're all like middle-aged. Right. Age 32, okay, younger. And then we've got some medical supplies, which we've got, but yeah, we're going to keep those. Right, let's head out to the Crid system, I guess, or prepare to head out. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure where we're going. I don't think we've ever been there, so we'll head there now. Docking port computer. Okay. Board. We've got about like 20 minutes left, so we'll head on out.
That require your attention?
Hopefully that information won't, well, hopefully it'll come in useful, but we'll see. It's on dock.
Knox, air pressure, drive, all good to go, Captain.
Oh, there's Phobos right there, Phobos. Alright, let's figure out where we're going here. Looks like we're going off over here somewhere. Cricks. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to go here first and then jump from there to there. Okay, let's go. See how well this goes. If I have to, I can always take things out of missiles and put it into jump if needed. We need to jump out of there quick.
Jump complete. Normal propulsion restored.
Let's go. Another 5 seconds to jump. And we're back into the next system. Here we go, we're here.
Tiny tin can of fragile humans has survived being hurtled through space once more.
Stellar cartography. Visit 20 systems of 20 star systems. Alright, let's hail.
Hail acknowledged. Dock where you like.
Alright, let's go. Go dock, shall we? Welcome to the grid system. Let's go ahead and dock.
Solid docking job there. Nice work.
Let's go speak, shall we? Hopefully our uniform doesn't set people off. There's a bit UC.
Sure, I've got a minute.
Hopefully it won't set anybody off. Why does this door keep on opening? That's very annoying. Not gonna lie. Anyway, let's head on board.
Got you cut. Now get out of my face. You said the take was 10K, but it was 30. Big difference on 40% of 10 versus 30. You wanted 4K, you got 4K. Not my problem. If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
Well, he's dead.
Me? Way to make a mess in front of my new rook.
Hey, steal from me and get caught? Better off dead.
Sounds like you did the fleet a favor. Now toss this body out of an airlock before it turns into a damn air freshener.
I'll take his ammo. Anyway, how you doing?
The hell took you so long? Forget how to grav jump or something?
Had to make a stop something else. Sorry, I kept you waiting. I have my own affairs to deal with. Job done, and I'm here. Back off. Why did you miss me?
Please. It'd be one less sloppy rook whose mess I had to clean up. The last thing I need is another Austin rate getting cold feet. You want to leave the fleet? You pay the price. Not in credits, but in blood.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
Never apologize. Not if you want anyone in the fleet to respect you. And if they don't respect you, put a gun to their head and they'll get the message. But, all that aside, you made it. So now, you get to hear a nifty history lesson. Pencils ready? Good. This floating scrap heap you're standing on is called the Key. Used to be an old UC military star station, and now it's the fleet's base of operations. Might look a little beat up on the outside, but we keep it together.
It looks like a good place for some R&R. This looks like a real dump. I bet it really pisses off the UC off that your infantry took over the UC station.
Sure did. Right out from under their noses. Way before you or I were born, though. We've held this station for a very long time. Don't worry. Delgado will tell you all about it.
Looks like a good place to get some R&R.
Hell yeah, it is. Just watch your back when you do. Cred sticks tend to disappear around here, if you catch my meaning.
Assuming we are using the same abbreviation, I must disagree. I find this neither restful nor relaxing.
No, neither do I.
Anyway, I'll tell you all about the key. But it's better if I show you too. Follow me.
You are a welcome diversion. What do you need?
All right. History time. So, the key is in orbit around Suvorov. That's the very same ice ball where the United Colonies built a supermax prison they call the Lock. The UC is so clever. Supermax prison, lock, key. Cute, huh?
Very cute, actually. I like it. Somebody needs to take out the rubbish.
Now, we've got everything the fleet needs right here.
You see there?
Of course, you've got to pay for it.
So-
Remember, on the key, credits are king. What the hell is this?
All right, hang on, Nev. Before you get pissed, I've got my hands full.
Jasmine, sweetie, I'm trying to give a tour here. So you want to tell me why those damn doors are sealed?
It's called a malfunction. You know, that thing I spend most of my day dealing with. Believe me, my people are on it. Have a little faith for once.
Aw. And you always, Angel. This here's Jasmine. You need anything for your ship, she's got you covered. We'll hit up the depot next since these doors have given out on us. So anyway, we were talking about the Lock. About 100 years ago, the prisoners down there rioted and took over the place. After stealing some ships, they were actually able to make it up here and took over the key.
About time you brought us new blood, neighbor. I was getting tired of trading with the same old faces.
You're just ticked everyone's getting wise to your ridiculous prices, Aludra. Anyway, welcome to the depot, Rook, where you'll be lucky if these blood-sucking leeches don't bleed you completely dry.
Whoa. It's not our fault that people don't appreciate how much it costs to get untraceable merchandise onto the key.
Neva's just whining because she thinks she lost a ton of cash selling us a shipment of gear. She should have done her homework.
Yeah, sure, laugh it up. I'll remember that next time I need something from you cheapskates. Let's move on. Back to my story. After the liberated prisoners grabbed the key, they established it as a base of operations and began pirating the spaceways. That was how the Crimson Fleet began. Of course, Jasper Cricks had a lot to do with all that, but we'll get to him later. Rook, meet Zuri, queen of the rare exports.
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Neuroamps, blueprints. Hit her up and she'll take care of you.
Speaking of which, you still owe me for that last purchase, Neva. It's like 5 figures. Don't make me collect it the hard way.
The hard way? Oh no. Rook, protect me from Zuri's vengeance. Enough of the bullshit, Zuri. I'll pay you when I pay you. Deal with it. Got a problem with that? Take it up with the boss. On the right, you've got Bradley from the Trade Authority. I'm sure you know the deal there. He'll buy pretty much anything, no matter how hot. Then we got our med bay on the left, run by the one and only Samina Mizra. She'll patch you up, if you've got the money. We don't run any free clinics up in here, you don't? Okay.
Boss.
This is our final stop. Over there, you've got the Last Nova, where Bog serves watered-down drinks at ridiculously exorbitant prices. And right here is the most important place on the entire station. The Reckoner's Core, run by the incomparable Shinya Voss.
Another new Rook, Neva? I can't believe Delgado still lets you recruit given what happened with the last one.
You mean Austin Rape? It's been taken care of, all right? I don't like loose ends, and this Rook is the one who tied it off.
Perhaps next time you'll try to be a bit more discerning regarding your choices. It's far more cost-effective.
Yeah, love you too, darling. Anyway, Shinya handles our lifeblood. The money. We call him our reckoner, but if you ask me, he's actually a pain in the ass.
And Neva will slit your throat if she thinks you'll bleed creds.
Go to hell, boss. Take care of our new friend here, or I'll find a way to pull the pin on that little party popper in your chest. Anyway, Shinya will get you set up in our system. I've got real work to do. Once you're done, head upstairs and I'll introduce you to the boss.
Time for a proper introduction. I am Shinya Voss, the official reckoner for the Crimson Fleet. And since Neva so thoughtfully mentioned it, yes, this is a bomb embedded in my chest. And no, I'll never know the meaning of the word humble. In fact, I find Delgado's idea of a security measure to be quite empowering.
Security, that's the most clever security measure I've ever seen. How is a bomb in your chest empowering?
I see the bomb as a symbol of my importance, and it's a constant reminder to everyone of the sacrifice I was willing to make. The freedom I've given up, the pain, it's not something that just anyone has the resolve to bear.
He is right. The pain he endures is proof of his loyalty and his resolve.
Glad you approve. Obviously, betrayal isn't taken lightly around here. Since I oversee the bulk of transactions and maintain all accounts for the fleet, I'm a prime target for information. Should our enemies capture me or I grew any semblance of a moral conscience, you might consider me the greatest threat we have. For Delgado, the bomb grants peace of mind and a certain degree of safety.
Delgado sounds like a smart man. I bet you don't get out much. So one wrong move and you're dead?
Essentially, but I sleep soundly knowing I'm one of the few that can piss Delgado off and live. Should I die, all of my knowledge, the accounts, the credits, it would be a mess. He wouldn't dare. He holds the trigger, but we all know that my death cripples the fleet. Call the bomb a weapon of last resort.
So, I think we're going to get this guy off. We're going to figure out how to disarm that bomb, and we're getting him off and we're taking him to Sith death, I think. Sounds like a smart man.
It's why he's the boss. Of course, I'm not the first reckoner to bear a bomb under my ribcage, but Delgado was smart enough to continue the tradition. Now, let me get you set up. A moment while I convene with the core. Thanks to advanced modifications even Dujin would envy, I can interface directly with our mainframe and the Galbank network. This allows me to move and clean credits faster and more efficiently than any run-of-the-mill cyber runner. There, you're done. All you need now is Delgado's blessing, and you'll be one of us.
Yeah, time to make those creds. It's about time. That was easy. Any other modifications I need to know about?
None. Other than my chest and arm modifications, I am but a simple man. Is the interview over now? Can we get back to work?
Time to make those creds.
The perfect segue into my final subject. Thanks to our relations with contacts across the galaxy, we always have a steady stream of jobs available. I've granted you all the necessary permissions to access these listings at any time, using the computers that surround the core.
Now, what kind of jobs?
Oh, you know. Smuggling, piracy, taking things that aren't yours. Nothing that should keep you up at night. Well, depending on your methods.
It sounds like we'll be doing a lot of business together.
If Neva's chosen wisely, we certainly will. Now, I believe that covers all I have to say. So you can run along to Delgado. Take the elevator to the upper level. You should be able to find your way from there, I hope.
Alright, listen up. You can all stop complaining. Atrium to cargo bay doors have been repaired. Oh, and you're welcome, Nev.
Now I just need to see
Because I'll finish it.
if we can find any evidence kicking around. This would be a good place for evidence. If there was any. I'll take them. I've got no moral compass while I'm in here. Yeah, I was expecting to have some more information just lying around here. No.
If you want to
You know where
pat
there
that account
might
of
be
yours?
some evidence? There might be some evidence back over here. Oh, back through that door maybe, but yeah, we'll go have a chat with this guy first, and then we'll have a look around and see what we can do. For now, let's get back upstairs. To be honest with you, this might be a good place to hunt for some evidence, potentially. I'm looking for evidence, but I don't really see much. If anything, what is this doing? Right, I guess we'll go talk to these guys. Maybe we'll find some evidence in here, maybe.
Ah, there's our other new recruit.
Hey there.
So, now that we are all here, it's time to get down to business. The two of you are the only rooks that have made the latest cut. The rest, well, let's just say they won't be joining us ever again. Neva's willing to put her neck on the line and vouch for you, which means you've got what it takes to join the Crimson Fleet.
I won't disappoint.
You'd better not disappoint, or you'll find yourself answering to me, personally. All right, let's get started here. When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, you're in it for the long haul. No one quits. No one retires. The only way out is death. You stay loyal or you pay the consequences. Fleet before friends. Fleet before family. Fleet before yourself.
Got it, boss. Why would a pirate have so many rules?
Of course we have rules. If you think the Crimson Fleet was built on a lawless dream, think again. Our influence, our money, our respect comes from meticulous planning and every last soul in the fleet following my orders to the letter. That is why you need to learn to place the fleet before everything.
Alright. Got it, boss.
Boss? Good. You're getting it already. I like that.
Can we get on with this? I want to get drunk at the last Nova.
I'm impressed. That is the first intelligent thing you have said this entire time, Mathis. Since you two seem so eager to move forward, let's get to your next job. Pack your cold weather gear, Rooks. Where we are going, you're going to need it.
Oh, God, don't tell me you're dragging him down to Suvarall for another one of your little initiation runs. 10 Johns to the surface, 12 dead Rooks. You'd think by now you would have given up on that goddamn campfire story.
Crix's legacy is no story, Neva. We've got fresh eyes in the fleet. And if these two want to impress, they're going to help me search those ruins.
I hope you're right, Dale. That new code we grabbed for the lock cost us a ton of credits. And a decent captain.
This initiation, as Neva calls it, is your chance to see where it all began. On Suvorov with Jasper Crix. Crix led the riots that gave birth to the Crimson Fleet. And if his legacy is still out there, we're going to be the ones to find it.
Maybe you should tell me more about how many tests are...
What? Were you expecting a goddamn graduation ceremony? Think I'm just going to slap a skull on you and send you on your way? Make no mistake, you are being tested all the time. Every job you take will be under constant scrutiny. And Neva? Oh, she's just waiting for you to screw things up.
What about the code Neva was talking about?
Through a bit of luck and a hell of a lot of cash, Neva was able to get her hands on an access code to the inside of the lock. This will be the first time someone from the Crimson Fleet has set foot in there for, well, since Crix left the place behind. It has been frustrating being this close to potential clues, but not being able to find a way through those prison walls.
So you take every new pirate on these?
Of course. Where else could I find such a perfect location to weed out any rooks who'd be wasting the fleet's time?
And maybe you should tell me more.
Before Crix left the fleet, he left a message talking about a major score. One that would set up the fleet to be a big player in the settled systems. Somewhere down the line, they started calling it Crix's legacy. And everyone who's tried to find it has wound up empty-handed, missing, or dead. If we're gonna beat those odds, we'll first need a lead. And I would wager we will find one on Suvorov.
Dale's leaving out the best part. That this whole search is based on a handful of words on a very old slate. Crix left a lot of big talk on that recording, and not a lot of facts. Some of us believe in it more than others.
Don't listen to her. When we get our hands on Crix's legacy, the fleet will be operating at a completely different level. We will become more than a match for UC Systef.
Okay,
Listen to the words that I am saying. The legacy is real. You will find that out in due time, provided you're willing to put in the work. Nothing worth having ever comes easy.
Strange words coming from a pirate. You steal what is not yours because it is easy, no? But perhaps I am mistaken.
Won't the fleet just become a larger target for UC Systef?
You forget the UC is still licking its wounds from the colony wars. They don't have the capability to mount a full-scale assault. And if they were foolish enough to attack, we would have the manpower to push those pendejos right back to Jemison. If we have Crix's legacy.
Will be unstoppable. Will be unstoppable.
Exactly. Now you're beginning to understand. Okay, enough discussion. We have got a lot of work to do. To that end, the next stop is the lock. I've had Jazz feed the coordinates into your ship's computer. Since Mathis doesn't have a ship, he's going to ride with me. I'll see you down there, Rook. Don't keep me waiting.
And then we got some credits for that. And we got an achievement.
Got mixed feelings about my last job. On the one hand, lost a friend. But on the other hand, I got their creds. I'll probably feel better once I spend them.
I'm just gonna have a look around for evidence. Quickly. This is gonna be ripe for evidence over here. This is like the main command center, so.
A dead shark after you cook them with an energy blast.
This is probably where I would expect there to be some sort of intel.
You might think it's funny, but loyalty's big in the fleet. I always thought heat leeches were just pests. Never considered trying to raise one as a pet.
Like tissues just kicking around. Just in case the UC come, at least you got somewhere to cry.
But we are always looking out for traitors.
Yeah, you got one right here. I'm gonna trade the shit out of you guys, and you just don't even know it.
Has something strong enough to knock me out.
These guys have no idea how much I'm actually going to. SSNN.
Tell us about your arrest.
Oh, my arrest was spectacular. Definitely one for the record books. UC Security sent an armada after our little fleet of ships, picked us off one by one until the remainder of us made it to the wheel.
For our listeners' benefit, that was the star station in orbit around Voli that you destroyed just before your arrest, correct?
You see, that's what they'd have you believe, but the truth is much less sinister. There was a firefight on the wheel when they tried to bring us in. We holed up, but UC Security unleashed hell. The damage they caused was catastrophic. We only surrendered so we wouldn't die when the station exploded.
A lot of us in the fleet came out
Well, the
of the mud.
UC says you set demolition charges to try and cover your tracks and make your escape.
That's their story. You'll have to go with your gut on what you think really happened. Anyway, they took us in and tossed us into the lock. That lovely resort they opened on Superov.
And you were imprisoned there for how long?
Well, it was supposed to be for life, Gale. But I ended up serving 2 years before I decided I'd had enough.
The fleet protects our own?
Is there any particular reason that you started the riots that eventually led to the worst prison break in United Colony's history?
Yes.
I don't accept
I'm quite proud of it, actually.
Gear can make
I
all the
honestly
difference.
didn't think it would go as well as it did. As for the reason, well, it's simple. The UC were treating us like animals. The conditions in the lock were ridiculously bad and no one cared. That's why they stuck us on that ice ball in the first place. Out of sight, out of mind.
Your escape caused the deaths of many that were stationed at the lock. Some would brand that as a bit dismissive for what you're describing as a protest. If you were simply advocating for your fellow inmates, why didn't you just go through the proper channels?
And what the hell was I supposed to do?
I hope you do not have any misplaced things. I fully expect you would find them missing when we leave here.
The UC only responds to actions, not words. In my mind, there was no other choice. You know what? Let's move past my time at the lock so we can get to the
Last
point
week
of
you
this
smiled at me
goddamn
funny.
interview.
I sewed his mouth shut.
Yeah, so I didn't really want to go through these doors, just why that was playing, but
Seem that none of the wealth
I'm also looking for evidence as well as we go around here. I'm not really seeing anything, so yeah, I thought we would have maybe come across some more evidence. There's another SSN tape here.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gail Dunnigan of SSNN, and this is Galactic Talk.
Kinetics.
My guest tonight is one of the most notorious criminals in the cell system. His ruthlessness and desire for wealth has landed him squarely at the top of the wanted list for every major law enforcement agency in the galaxy. I am, of course, speaking of the self-appointed leader of the Crimson Fleet himself, Jasper Crix. Good evening, Mr. Crix.
Good evening, Gail. Thank you for accepting my invitation.
Yes, well, being blindfolded and then Grav jumped to what appears to be an abandoned mining facility isn't exactly what I'd call an invitation.
Well, I'm sure you're not surprised that your request for an interview would come with some very specific conditions.
Frankly, I was a bit surprised to receive any type of response at all. Would you like to...
Say the word, and we shall be on our way.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in listening to any more of that interview, but
Because there comes a
oh, no,
time in
there we
every
go.
pirate's life where they have to make an extremely important decision.
You're handling this whole captain
Do they
thing really
take
well.
a leap and become one of the most legendary pirates in history? Or do they simply sputter on, subsisting on freighters and deep space privateers?
So are we to assume that you're taking the leap? That Jasper Crix is moving on to bigger and better things in his life?
That's spot on, Gale. That's exactly why you're here.
Interesting. Well then, would you mind sharing with us exactly what your particular leap entails?
In due time. There's no rush. In fact, I'd say we have at least 12 hours before the authorities trace this broadcast. Plenty of time to discuss whatever
I heard you're a member of the UC Vanguard. They're so lucky.
All right then. Perhaps the best place to start this interview would be at the beginning of your career.
Please, proceed.
Alright, I think this is actually probably a good place to end this one right here. I will continue with our undercover operation here in the next one. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series and everything so far. If you guys are, please do hit the like button. If not, there's always a dislike button right next door. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and end this one right here. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next one.
What the fuck are you doing, Morgan?